I really like what they're doing with the lighting. It suggests infinite possibilities because of the mirrored reflection and the extension just off into the distance. What do you see?
It's kind of riffing on some of the decoding stuff, I think. But
It also, the font doesn't seem to work for this. I would probably have used Gibson or one of the more rounded fonts.
right.
Doesn't, hey, what is that? Oh, hi. It's day 2 here at Mobile World Congress Americas. I'm Phil Harvey. I'm here with Dan Jones. Dan, I guess we need to give a bit of a recap for what's happened at the show. What stood out to you?
Well, it's kind of a general point, but we really got a picture of kind of operators' strategy for their rollouts right here. Basically, T-Mobile and Sprint are going for range on 5G and lower speeds, a couple hundred megabits, and Verizon and AT&T to a certain degree are going to go for more densely populated areas, but at hopefully higher speeds.
Yeah, so it seems like they're each playing to their strengths, right, as far as the same sort of scenario as 4G, except we're just talking bigger and bigger numbers and more reach.
Yeah. So, even though we talk a lot about the amazing applications of 5G, at the moment, what we're seeing is what we'd call enhanced broadband. You can download your movie faster into your home, on your phone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but the latency and the characteristics that we're waiting on, and a lot of the things that they're demoing here, the video calls and things like that, that's just going to require a network that's simply not here yet.
Yeah, well, it's just the coverage is not there yet. It's much like if you remember way back when people were first rolling out 4G, it was like there were ads like, well, you can come out of your shell now, there's 4G for you. And this is kind of like the same thing. I mean, personally, I think that a lot of the 5G applications as they arrive will be fairly amazing, and the ability to use much simpler devices which with much less onboard processing, and then just use the 5G in the cloud as the kind of back and forth shuttle for the kind of compute power is going to really radically change some ways things are done, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But, it's not happening just yet.
Yeah, it's still off into the future. One of the things that stood out to me was the sort of the knock-on effect of 5G with the carriers, in particular their relationship to IoT, industrial IoT, enterprises. A lot of these telco equipment companies, Ericsson in particular, kind of backed away from the enterprise market for a little bit. Now enterprises are coming to them and saying, hey, explain 5G to us. What's this all about? Help us understand this for our industrial applications, because it is such a new technology. This could potentially open up more markets for not only the network equipment guys, but also the service providers as well, and maybe give them more vertical markets to exploit on the enterprise side. To date, they haven't really, they've only done that in fits and starts. So I think this could be, we might start seeing some of this stuff unlocking as we're seeing some of these different partnerships.
For sure. Like in particular, non-standalone and standalone 5G, we'll see probably enterprise money and muscle pushing non-standalone 5G more than the carriers, because they have the 4G layer to kind of set up sessions and things like that. If you want to do industrial IoT and kind of automation, you might be looking at wanting to have a 5G new core, as they call it, actually in place to do all of that, and be ready for phase 2 5G specifications, which support a lot of the 5G and the connected car stuff.
Sounds like we have a good handle on what's going on in the near term and what operators are up to. I say we stare at the art a little bit more and see maybe if we blur our eyes just a bit, if it looks any different.
Well, we can see if it looks like a hologram.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be moving.